Why most African businesses fail to scale and how to fix it. The failure to scale is rarely a market problem. It is almost always a systems problem. My name is Mukisa Joshua William, Principal and Founding Executive Director at the Burnratty Investment Group Limited, based in Uganda. Today, I will explain why most African businesses, particularly in essential sectors such as healthcare, fail to scale and how institutional design, rather than ambition, determines long-term success. Across Africa, entrepreneurship is abundant. Innovation is widespread. Market demand is strong. Yet despite this, very few businesses transition from small or medium-sized enterprises into large, resilient institutions. This creates what can be described as a scaling paradox. Many businesses start, many survive, but very few scale sustainably. This outcome is often misattributed to market size, regulation, access to capital, or infrastructure. While these factors indeed truly matter, they are not the primary constraint. The primary constraint is structural. Businesses fail to scale not because opportunity is absent, but because systems are absent. There are 4 structural constraints that consistently prevent African businesses from scaling. First, weak financial reporting. Many businesses operate without standardized accounting systems, audited financial statements, or reliable cash flow management. This limits access to capital. It impairs decision-making, and it introduces financial risk. Without transparent financials, businesses cannot attract investors, secure financing, or plan strategically. Financial opacity creates fragility. Second, lack of governance. Most small and medium-sized enterprises operate without boards, independent oversight, or formal accountability frameworks. Decision-making is centralized in founders, and strategic oversight is informal or absent. Without governance, businesses lack strategic continuity, risk oversight, and institutional credibility. Third, operational inefficiency. Many businesses rely on informal processes, undocumented procedures, and inconsistent quality standards, and reactive management. This leads to waste, variability, and operational instability. Without standardized operations, scalability becomes impossible. Fourth, founder dependence. Most African businesses remain dependent on the founder's personal involvement in daily operations, decision-making, and crisis management. This constrains growth, creates succession risk, and limits institutional development. These 4 constraints are not isolated. They reinforce each other, creating a structural ceiling on scale. A common misconception is that access to capital is the primary barrier to scale. In reality, capital amplifies existing structures, whether strong or weak. When capital is deployed into businesses without governance, financial discipline, and operational systems, it amplifies inefficiency, risk, and instability. Capital without systems does not create scale, it creates complexity. At Burnratty, we do not deploy capital into unstructured environments. We first build the systems, then we deploy capital. This sequence is not optional, it is foundational to our work. Burnratty addresses the scaling challenge through institutional design. First, audited financials and financial transparency. We implement standardized accounting systems, internal controls, budgeting processes, and financial reporting frameworks. This creates bankability, investability, and strategic clarity. Second, governance frameworks. We introduce professional boards, define governance structures, risk committees, and accountability mechanisms. This ensures strategic oversight, ethical compliance, and continuity beyond any individual. Third, standardized operating procedures. We document and implement operational workflows, clinical protocols, and compliance systems, quality assurance frameworks, and performance metrics. This creates consistency, efficiency, and scalability. Fourth, disciplined capital deployment. We allocate capital strategically, not opportunistically. Capital is deployed to strengthen infrastructure, talent, systems, and growth initiatives within institutional frameworks. Together, these elements transform businesses into institutions. One of the most significant transitions in scaling is the shift from founder-led to system-led organizations. In founder-led organizations, the founder is the strategy, the operations, the finance department, and the governance structure. In system-led organizations, the founder becomes a steward of system. Governance replaces personality. Structure replaces improvisation. And processes replace dependency. This transition requires humility, discipline, and institutional maturity. It is not a loss of control. It is a gain of continuity. At Burnratty, we support founders through this transition, preserving their legacy while building institutional resilience. Africa's development depends not only on entrepreneurship, but on institutional capacity. Small businesses create opportunity, institutions create stability. Institutions create employment at scale. Institutions attract capital. Institutions deliver public goods reliably. Without institutions, economies remain fragmented, informal, and fragile. With institutions, economies become structured, resilient, and scalable.